What up, peeps? Today's energy broadcasting system was actually sparked up about 45 minutes ago. I was having, conversation with a friend of mine, and it was a great conversation. And in the mix of all that, she mentioned something, with no malintent at all. Mentioned something that sparked something in my heart, in my mind, and it's something that I'm trying to level up on. And it's not to get caught up on gossip. And she wasn't gossiping. She was just relaying, talking about a story, and it just so happened to have something to do with me. And it's something it's a sensitive subject in my life because all my exes, and not that I have a lot, I don't. I'm actually a little bit boring there. I don't have a lot, but all my exes, the few that I have, I love very much. And I care for very much, because they all served me, they all taught me, they all showed me parts of me. I have a great relationship with my ex-husband, 27 years. We weathered the storm in the beginning to be able to get to where we are now, but we've co-parented for 19 years now. We have a 19 and 17-year-old, two beautiful daughters, Amanda and Luna. And it's a decision we each made at 100% and 100%, and because that 50% bullshit is bullshit. You got to give 100% and 100%. And we've traveled together. We eat 2 or 3 times a week together. We've seen some amazingly ugly things and some amazingly beautiful things together. And I adore him. I want to kill him sometimes, but I adore him. I love him. I'm not in love with him, but I'm grateful for what my 2 girls, that relationship gave me. I'm grateful because by being in that relationship that I was with him, made me realize where I was sexually, mentally, emotionally, what I wasn't getting there, and then in the process of figuring that all out and being able to realize, okay, I'm into women. And that's been a beautiful, beautiful journey. I've had 2 beautiful relationships with 2 beautiful women that were in my life, and unfortunately they didn't work out for their own reasons. It didn't work out, but I'm grateful for it. I learned from them, and I hope they learned from me. I learned a lot about myself. I learned about what I'm capable of, what my body is capable of, what my mind is capable of, what I am capable of spiritually, how much I'm able to really connect with someone, how much the heart can hurt. I've learned how to let go. I've learned from them how to move on, and that I'm going to be okay. That I'm actually a better version of myself because of that relationship, each and every relationship that I've experienced. And I guess I'm having this conversation and sharing this because we get caught up on gossip. We do. And I don't know why we do, but we do. And I'm at 47, definitely so mindful of shallow living. And shallow living, participating in gossip by listening to it and allowing it to take up real estate in your mind. And not, right now, I something was said to me that hurt my heart. It's because I was about to get caught. That's not me, and I would never. But then you know what? I'm not going to participate in it. I can't because it's something that's going to come in through this year, and I made sure it was going to go out that year. Allow myself to sit with it for a minute, and not allow it to take up real estate because that's me shallow living, and I'm in control of me. And I got to lead by example, not just for you all, but for my kids. People love to see sparks fired, and the person I was having a conversation has nothing. She wasn't trying to spark any fire, but there's just other people are trying to spark fires, and I have to be mindful of who I am. I know who I am. I know how I love. I know how I live, and I'm grateful, and I have respect for everybody I've shared a moment with. Everybody I have respect. I have nothing negative to say. And I'm going to encourage you guys to live in that space too, because even if you were with someone that beat you down, physically, emotionally, if they beat you down, that person taught you that you're not going to put up with that shit anymore. And they might have torn you down, but every time they tore you down, eventually you got built up strong. And if you haven't yet, well, then you will. Because everything is to teach you. If someone had an affair against you and they cheated on you, it's a devastating, yeah, but at least they revealed who they were. And it taught you about who they were, and that person isn't meant for you. So good, be grateful. No matter what negative thing you can tell me about a relationship with you in, I'm always going to show you how to spin it into a positive. And I'm always going to encourage you not to talk shit, because that's somebody at one point that you chose, and that person chose you, and you shared the most intimate vibration energy that you can. When you share intimacy, physical intimacy, mental intimacy, spiritual, emotional intimacy, that is a vibration that you don't share with many. So be grateful to that person. At some point you chose each other and you loved each other, and if you had kids with each other, be parents. Forget what went wrong. Be parents, be present, and don't worry about whose clothes goes where, or what belongs where, what shoe, if you owe me to or not. Who gives a shit about all that stuff? That's petty. Parent, and enjoy the kids, the beautiful union that created kids. And if you guys didn't have kids, respect what you had, and don't talk shit. Because then you are shallow living. When you participate in gossip, you're talking gossip, or you're talking shit about someone, you're shallow living. And if you're listening to it and allowing it to take real estate in your mind, you're shallow living. So be mindful of who you are, to be wholehearted living authentically, and to live in your truth, irrelevant to what anybody says. Because I'm going to go over this real quick, and this is just a great analogy. There could be 4 of us sitting here, right? And something horrible happens right now. Right here in front of us, something horrible happens, and then somebody's going to come and take us each individually into a separate room. I guarantee you that all 4 of us are going to have a different interpretation of what just happened. Even though we all witnessed the same thing together, but our interpretations are all going to be slightly different. Why? Because we're humans, designed and wired differently. We're all wired differently. And our interpretation of what happened is going to be different. Nobody here is a liar. It's interpretation. So when you're listening to gossip, somebody is saying something to somebody, and their interpretations of this, because this person's interpretation of that is one thing. Now this person's interpretation. Gossip is a distortion of the truth. And people love to put a nasty twist to it. So be mindful of that. Live in a space of not allowing. Don't be around people who are talking shit and trying to plant shit in your head. Walk away from that. Energy out.